a video on some leftovers and what I'm going to do with them. So I worked the other day and it was salmon for a fish course. Oh, there's too many courses. I don't know why they want all those extra courses, but anyway, so there was salmon and not everyone wanted the fish course, so they had cooked the right number of portions, but obviously not everyone kind of wants it all. There is too much food for people, or they kind of don't like fish, so they just miss out the fish course. So I end up with some portions left over. So I've got some leftover cooked salmon. I just poached it in a little bit of wine in the oven, and also the juice from the frozen prawns as well. So when I defrosted the prawns, the water kind of comes out of it, and it's a little bit prawny tasting. So I was kind of thinking, well, if I'm cooking the salmon, I might as well use the juice from the prawns to cook the salmon as well as the wine in the oven, and then use that juice as the base for the Mornay sauce as well. So we've got leftover salmon with a little bit of the cooking juice, and then we've got Mornay sauce, which is not really that Mornay saucy because it's not that cheesy, but I did use those cheese sauce granules to thicken it, and then made it with cream instead of milk, so it's a little bit richer. And then I've been through the freezer and we've got some spinach that needs using up in the freezer, and some onions which I just had around the house. So I've cooked those down. A bit dark this video, don't know why. But anyway, so I've defrosted the spinach, squeezed the juice out of it and chopped it up a little bit, and then sauteed the onions, seasoned that with a bit of salt and pepper, and then we're going to make a pasta bake. Oh, and I've got some leftover bits of cheese as well, so we're going to make a bit of a pasta bake. So how are we going to do this? I kind of thought we'll make layers, we'll do sheets of pasta, and then kind of see how we go. There's quite a lot of sauce there just for the top, so we might put some sauce to the layers as well. But let's just nose our way through it and we'll kind of see how we go. So we'll just break up the fish a little bit, not too much because it'd be nice to have those joints, but we've got some of the cooking liquid that's jellified in the bottom. So although I've squeezed the excess juice out of that's a bit of skin, we don't want that. So I've squeezed the excess juice out of the spinach, but we want a little, it still needs to be a little bit of liquid in the, to be able to cook the pasta. So that juice will help with that. You don't want it dry because otherwise the pasta won't cook. So we can just break that up a little bit. That will do. And I don't want to mix that into there. We'll do, how we're going to do this. This is going to be a long video than I actually want, so let's mix that into there. So we're going to do 4 layers. So the easiest way to do that is to do that flat and then do that into a quarter there, and then that's roughly a quarter of the mixture. Then we don't have to guess too much. So we'll spread this out on like this. I won't do all the layers on video. We'll do one layer just to kind of start the process up, and then spread that out on there, maybe a bit more, and then we'll dot some bits of salmon. Now, of course, not everyone's just going to have some salmon laying about, because it's not cheap, but you get the idea of just using things up that you've got. And if we can use up things that we've got around the freezer and from other meals to make something else, then that's a little bit better, isn't it? So, right, and then same with this, we'll do 4 layers. So pull out about a quarter of it ish, and ish is fine, and then just some. See, I want some bites to have a bit more spinach in than others, and some bites to have a little bit more salmon in than others, and then it's like that interesting flavour. We don't want everything amalgamated and emulsified together, because then it's just one flavour, like a smoothie. You don't want that. You want interesting flavours going through each. And then sheets of pasta. So these corners are rounded, so we just break off the end of that like that, and then that'll go into the corner a little bit better. And I think we've only got enough cheese for like 1 layer, so it'll be like a 1 layer of cheese, which will be the next layer, I think. And then just that there, break off those, and just some bits going down the centre like that. It's only for me, so I'm not really bothered about it being too neat. And then another layer of onions and spinach. Oh, I was going to put some sauce in, wasn't I? Damn. I was going to put a little bit of sauce in just to enrich it. I'm going to do that on the next layer. And let's do it on this layer. It's good to show you mistakes in life. I think interesting things come from mistakes, and learning how to adapt from making mistakes is important, I think. So, a little bit of the sauce dotted around as well. I think that'll be nice. Like that. And that'll help with cooking the pasta as well. Yes, that'll be nice. And then put these back on and then pretend we didn't make a mistake. Like that. Yeah, no one will ever know. And then like that. There were lots of bits of pasta, but not to worry. So that in there like that. And then remember to put the sauce on the next layer. So, but you get the idea of what I'm doing. But it's just a case of thinking about what you've got to eat in the house and what you need to use up, and not throwing it away. I don't like food waste. From a professional point of view, anything that you throw away that you could have used in something else saves you money, and also it's flavour as well. So I could have just, I was tired on Friday night, and I could have just thrown it all in the bin or sent it home with the waitresses, but it's just a case of using things up, and then dot those around a bit. I think that's been really nice. Salmon and spinach works really well, and then the cheesy sauce and some bits of cheese as well. So that nice bit of cooking jelly there. That's that, and then so we've got this cheese. So let's put a layer of cheese in. Just the offcuts from cheese, because we don't want to waste that either. It's the cheap feta from the supermarket. I just haven't worked out a way of using it up apart from in my own cooking yet, but I'll try to make a cheesecake with it, and it was alright, but it was just a little bit too acidic. But I'm sure in the future I'll be able to think about using it in a productive way. And then we want, so the small bits were at that end, weren't they? So we want the long, no, we're going to do this, I forgot the sauce again. Just a few dollops of sauce in there, like that, and then long bits on that end, and then it's just a case of repeating the process. And then we'll top it off with sauce. Oops. We'll top it off with sauce, and then some grated, it's cheddar, isn't it, that I've got. That wants to go there. Try and get myself out of the house as well. And then I'm going to put this in the oven. We'll put it in about 125, something like that. Then I can go out for a little while, and then it'll be cooking while I'm out. And then when I come home, it'll be ready, or near enough ready that I can just turn it up. The thought of coming home and then having to put my dinner in, it's just a little bit too much. So, repeat the process with more layers, and then we're back when I'm putting on the sauce on the top. Right, so done all the layers. I'm just gonna, I personally like as much pasta in a pasta bake as possible. So I always like to put another layer of pasta on top, and then put the cheese sauce on top of that, or the sauce on top of that. Personally, I don't know why. Or maybe I just don't want I think it's just the layers of pasta that I like. It's the nice bit, and then I just kind of think it protects the top, because otherwise it'd be sauce on top of that, and I don't think I don't think I really want that. I don't think so. It just seems like a good idea to do it. I don't know. Something just feels right. Like that. And then put those bits in there. Like that. And then there's probably so much sauce. Although I think there's lots of air in this. There's lots of spaces. So, and it'll shrink down as it cooks. And we'll lose a bit of sauce and it'll shrink down. And then, so I don't think it's that overly full. That's very rich sauce. Have I done a video on that? On making a good white wine sauce. Well, an easy white wine sauce or a cheese sauce. And using like packet granules as a base. It's nice, it's that. Yeah, so I normally make sauces from scratch, but if you push the time, those packet sauces, not the packet sauces, but the granules are really good. If you just want you to thicken something. So you can, but the only thing is that you can incorporate the cooking juices from the fish to kind of improve it, but then the sauces are mostly, a way of the base of them is milk. So, but the only problem with that is if you're adding cooking juices from the fish, then you're making a waterier sauce because you're not adding milk to it. You're adding cooking liquid, like the cooking liquid. So, to compensate for that, instead of making it with milk, you make it with double cream, and then you still get the flavour of the sauce that you kind of want, because you're compensating for the being less milk in it and more fish juice by putting cream in it. Anyway, I made a video, I'm sure I did. So that's enough cheese. So that's going to go in the oven, 125 for an hour and a half while I'm out of the house. And it looks like it's going to spill out over the top, but as it cooks it'll rest down a little bit, and then that cheese can be used another time. What's that? That's just a bit on here. So there we go. We'll cook that and we'll see what it's like when I come home. It smells ready. Let's have a look. I will fix the oven though one day. Maybe over Christmas. I'm not as busy. Look at that. That's amazing. So let's. No, the oven needs to stand, so I'm doing something else. So let's. So with cheese, always use a pair of scissors so you cut through the cheese. Otherwise, the first person gets all the cheese. So I'll cut myself a portion. Well, let it cool slightly, and then cut a portion. Take a picture, and then we'll give it a taste. It's just a little bit too hot at the moment. It'll burn me, and then we'll see what it tastes like. We've taken a picture. Let's have a taste. I think it's basically like fish pie. You know, not that dissimilar, but we've changed out the potato for pasta, and there's no peas in it or an egg. But anyway, that's delicious. That's delicious, but I knew it would be because all the ingredients going into it were delicious. That's lovely. Well, now I'm going to talk my mouth full. Well, you're never going to have those ingredients kind of in one go to make something that you're never going to have that much kind of salmon left over. But it's more a case of looking what you've got and seeing what you can do with it, and a few different kind of ideas. So I could have just made a fish pie. There was leftover mashed potato. I could have brought some mashed potato home from work, and I could have made a fish pie. But we can do lots of things, and always think twice about before you put something in the bin. So that's success.